Hi, this is Lainey Cameron, and my next guest today on the Best of Women's Fiction Live on our special live broadcast for Women's Fiction Day, hashtag Women's Fiction Day, is Alison Hammer.
Hi.
Hey, oh, and it would help if I had the camera turned around so
I
you
know.
weren't looking at an empty deck. There we
I see
go.
your hammock. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. Yeah, now you can all see where I read in the hammock on the roof. I am doing awesome. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you for doing this. You're like the women's fiction queen.
I don't know about that. I just thought, oh, what the heck? Let's have some fun and get some folks that people might not have met yet. And you're wearing my favorite earrings. I love it.
I was wondering if you were going to wear your matching ones, but I wore them.
Oh, well, you didn't warn me. Maybe I'll get them for later today. So.
Yeah.
So how does it feel now? Your book, You, Me, and Us, has been out in the world for a month and a half. How long has it been?
Yeah, here
Yay.
it is. It's what day is today? It has been 2 months yesterday.
2 months. Wow.
And can you believe I still haven't seen it in a bookstore?
Oh, that's sad. Especially because it's like in the airport bookstores. Like
No, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Oh.
No, that was one of my author dreams, is to have my book at the airport bookstore, and it was supposed to be in the Hudson Airport bookstores in the month of May, but because air traffic has been so down,
Right.
and with everything, they ended up not switching the books out. So
Oh.
maybe at some point, but that was one of the bigger disappointments.
Oh, it's hard launching during a pandemic. I'm about to do it myself in a month here. But what have been some of the highlights? Tell me the good bits, right? What's it been like having this book out in the world?
It's been crazy. Should I tell a little bit what it's about?
Yes, start with the book. Tell us about the book.
Okay, so You and Me and Us, like Lainey said, it's my debut novel. It came out just 2 months ago yesterday. And it is the story of a woman who's a workaholic mom and her distant teenage daughter. And it tells the story of their relationship as they go through a really tough summer, losing the one member of their family that held them together. So it's a tearjerker, but I promise, and Lainey can attest to the fact that there are parts that'll make you laugh and smile as well. So it has been, it's been an experience. I'm not quite sure how to describe it. The best parts have been hearing from readers and the Bookstagram community. What would we do without them? The gorgeous photos that they post and the reviews, and the fact that, in this pandemic world, it's so hard for people to find books because they're not going to the airport bookstore. They're not going to their local bookstore. So having Bookstagrammers, having had them kind of support the book and share it with their friends and post gorgeous pictures, that's been a highlight. And another highlight is, I know they tell you not to do this, but I snuck a look at a few reviews, and just seeing that the story resonates with people. I haven't made, this book, I'm so proud of it, but it hasn't made a ton of the lists or any of the big buzz, but it's connecting with readers on a one-to-one level. And I'm trying to focus on that. And that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I've recommended it to, well, first off, I said in my review, it's the best book I've read in the last few years. And I got, as you know, I got to see the early copies as well.
Oh my God.
But, oh my God, I had to have a box of tissues by the bed. But like you say, at the end, it's uplifting, right? It's hope. It's a very hopeful story by the end. And I actually have recommended it to a few people recently who are like, the world is overwhelming. And I'm like, maybe you just need a good cry. I know exactly the book for
100%.
you. It will make you cry, and by the end, you'll be like, "Oh, I have hope in the world. It's all going to be okay," which is exactly what some of us need right now.
Not only are you a very close dear friend and a writing conference roommate, I think we've done 2 or 3 conferences together, 3 conferences I think together so far. You were one of my very trusted beta readers, and you were the first person who sent me a photo. I still have it. It was of the crumpled up Kleenex on your nightstand, and I'm like, proof of tears. I was so,
I would have staged it and taken a better photo if I knew you were going to keep it.
No, it was perfect. But it was I have a love-hate relationship with hearing that it made people cry. Because on one level, I'm like, wow, characters that live in my head and a story that I wrote is making people feel something, and that's incredible. But I feel bad for making them cry. But I actually have an essay that should be coming out, I think, next week, that's about the power of crying, and about how, when it started out that way and it morphed into a little bit of because I love to cry. I as long as it's not about my own life. But my dad, Tommy, is a therapist, and he told me that I was wrong, and that even when I think I'm crying about not my life, it turns out I'm crying about my real life. So who knows? But
well, it's like a release, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. What
yeah, I feel like it could. Oh no, I agree. I think that, I think that a lot of people, myself included, we don't let ourselves cry about our lives. And so when we can read something that lets us release those tears that we've been like holding up, that, you know, that there is definitely some catharsis in that. But I hope that by the time that your book is out, July 8th, right?
You're good.
One
yeah.
month from today? 1 month from
Yeah,
today.
it is. It's exactly 1 month today. Holy criminy.
Holy criminy. But hopefully, I feel like things are slowly starting to like open up a little bit. So, but I was so lucky to read two versions of your book through the last few years, and it is so good. And I cannot wait for readers to fall in love with Rin and Carly. It's going to be so exciting.
You're sweet. Well, I just sent a newsletter out this morning, but now I have a Goodreads giveaway as of today. It just went live for the next month. So
amazing.
So anything else we should know about You, Me, and Us? Is it an audiobook yet? Is it going to be an audiobook too?
It's on audiobook. And if you listen to audio, so I'm a huge audiobook fan. Like I listen to them. I have more time to listen than I do to read because I multitask and listen when I'm doing pretty much everything. And it was important for me, and my publishing company was great about it. I wanted to, there's a behind the book essay that's in the physical book, and I wanted it to be in the audiobook as well. And so people who listen will hear my voice, sorry, that they hear me reading the essay at the end of the book. The narrators did an amazing job bringing the characters and the story to life. My day job's in advertising, so I'd wanted to be involved and because I do that, like directing talent and things like that. And my amazing agent was like, you gotta like let go, and you've got to know that this is not the audio version of your book. It's like an audiobook inspired by your book. And so it's like its own. And so I was like, okay, fine. But I did have a hand in picking the talent, and they did such a good job. So I listened to the audiobook. I felt weird, but I was like walking down the street, like hearing my words from somebody else's mouth, and it was like surreal.
Oh, that must have been surreal. Well, I think it would make a great movie. I'm hoping we get to see it. It's like,
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, it would be a great movie. And before we go, I think you probably have some special offers for Women's Fiction Day today. Are you giving things away on your website or anywhere?
I do. And you know what? I don't know if I have the candle here in front of me, but so I'm giving away a signed copy of You and Me and Us. And then, so another funny pandemic story is I had these custom tissue packs made. And so I have 500 of them for all the events that I was supposed to have that got canceled. So I'll send a couple custom Kleenex packs. And then I worked with a company and I'm blanking on the name. I'm so terrible. And the Lana Lily.
Book Sense?
Book Sense, yes. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I worked with them to create a custom candle inside the book. And it's got really beachy scents. It's amazing. And so I have 8 candles. So I'm going to give one of them away. Yeah. So.
Awesome. So and where can people find it? Is it on your website, on your Facebook page? Where would they find the giveaway?
On my Facebook author page, I have a link to the post on my Instagram profile, and yeah, you'll get some goodies.
Perfect. Well, I promise to keep these 5 to 7 minutes. So thank you for sharing, and everybody go follow Alison. Her book is amazing. Don't miss it, folks.
So good to see your face in the middle of the day. Bye.
Take care.